Okay, welcome back. Welcome to a new class, class number 40. Yes, yesterday was class number 39. Today is class 40. And tomorrow will be class number 41. Tomorrow will. He hecho una contracción con la doble L de will dentro de la palabra tomorrow. Tomorrow will be... está apurando la cosa demasiado. Tomorrow will be class number 41. But for the moment, class number 40, and we'll start with a bit of review. We'll go over a few of the points from yesterday, although for me yesterday was not a very hard class. So I think we're treating you a bit too easily these days. We need to get more difficult, don't you think? To make the class more demanding. But in any case, let's switch to camera. Let's change. Let's switch to camera number 1. 1, 2, 3. All right, good. Did you think about this class yesterday? Last night, when you went to bed, what were you thinking about? Did you think about this class? Did you think about me? Did you think about one of the other teachers? Did you think about Carly? Did you think about Fitz? Did you think about Alberto? Did you think about David? Did you think about Richard Brown? Did you think about your English? Did you think about your progress with the English language? Did you think about the problems in Oriente Medio, in the Middle East? Did you think about the Chinese economy? Did you think about the difference between to hope and to expect? Did you think about? Okay? Estoy pensando en algo. I'm thinking about something. Decís pensar en muchos casos. En otros casos, no. Decís, por ejemplo, piénsalo. No decís piensa en ello. Say, think about it. Antes de tomar una decisión, piénsalo bien. Before making a decision, think about it. Don't make a decision without thinking about it. Think about it first. Think about the different alternatives, the different options, and then make a decision. But first, think about it. Estoy pensando en ir a la playa hoy, o mañana. I'm thinking about going to the beach tomorrow. Estoy pensando en ir. Estoy sopesando la posibilidad. I'm thinking about going to the beach. En este caso está muy claro que no he decidido todavía si voy a ir a la playa o no. Usando pensar en español. Estoy pensando en ir a la playa. Ahora si digo, pienso ir a la playa mañana, es bastante seguro, está dentro de mi plan. Pienso ir a la playa mañana. En este caso no podemos usar think. I'm planning to go. Or I'm planning on going. Ambos valen. Or I intend, si queremos ser más formales, I intend to go to the beach tomorrow, es mi intención. I intend to go to the beach. I'm planning to go to the beach, or I'm planning on going to the beach tomorrow. Está dentro de mis planes, es casi seguro, casi 100, 99% seguro. I'm planning to go to the beach tomorrow. En castellano soléis decir en estos casos, pienso ir a la playa mañana. Curioso usar la palabra pensar para expresar la idea de un plan. Pienso llamarla en cuanto termine la clase. Es mi plan. En este caso, I'm not thinking about calling her. I'm planning to call her. I'm thinking about calling her after class. Estoy pensando en la posibilidad de llamarla en cuanto termine esta clase. I'm thinking about calling her. Okay? Pero cuando pienso llamarles, I'm planning. Entonces, el verbo pensar, ojo, si vais a traducir mentalmente del castellano al inglés, recordad que la expresión pienso ir, no pienso ir, o sea, es intención, no es dándole vueltas a una idea, una posibilidad. Se dice planning. No pienso ir con ella. I'm not planning to go with her. I don't intend to go with her. Pienso ir con ella. I'm planning to go with her. Estoy pensando en ir con ella. I'm thinking about. Ahora sí. I'm thinking about going with her. Yeah. Think about. Y el pasado thought. I thought. Think, thought, thought. I thought you were going to come on time. You're late. Llegas tarde. You're late. En inglés, you are late. Usted es o está tarde, es lo que decimos en inglés, literalmente. Y se dice mucho, igual que, llegas tarde. You're late. What's the problem? You're late. What's your excuse? Oh, I was thinking about my life. Because when I was coming here, a person stopped me in the street with a gun. He pointed a gun at me and he said, "Your money or your life." Of course, I was shocked. And I didn't answer him. I didn't give him my money, and I didn't answer him. And the man said, "Come on, what are you doing?" I said, "Wait, I'm thinking about it." Okay? Which is more important, my money or my life? Okay? In this case. Well, in my personal case, I gave him the money because my life is more important. But some people I know, money is so important for them that maybe they would think about it, okay? Think about it. Yeah, think about how well you will speak English when you finish this program. Think about the responsibilities you have. Think about the things you need to do to master the English language. The things I did to master Spanish are incredible. Yes, the mental gymnastics, the grammatical agility drills I did. When I think about the times, those 3 or 4 years that I concentrated on mastering the Spanish language, when I think about those years, I can't imagine making that effort again. It was a big effort I made to learn. I read novels aloud. I read 4 or 5 novels aloud, declamando párrafos enteros de las novelas, en voz alta, aloud, in order to learn Spanish. And I practiced the grammar of the language. Vete, no te vayas. Váyase usted, no se vaya. Idos, dos vayáis. Váyanse, no se vayan. Practicing the imperatives in the affirmative and the negative, and usted, vosotros, tú, etc. And it was pídemelo, no me lo pidas. Pedídmelo, no me lo pidáis. And this was necessary for me to master Spanish. And it's a necessary step in mastering a second language well. Cuando uso el verbo master, to master como verbo, of course, master es maestro, amo. Okay, el amo del perro, the dog's master. El maestro en su género, he's a master in his field. Okay, pero to master como verbo es llegar a dominar. To master English, para llegar a dominar el inglés o el español o cualquier idioma, to master a language, que llegar a tener un dominio que llama la atención, you need to work very, very hard. Okay? And working hard to master a second language gives you many other benefits. It's one of the best, if not the best, intellectual exercise I can imagine. It adds circuits to your brain, and it opens your mind, and it sharpens, aguriza. It sharpens your mind when you truly master a second language. So, English, think about it. Okay? Think about it. Think about the effort you want to make, and think about the dividends it will pay in the future if you manage to master the English language. But mastery requires humility and hard work. Okay, I'll be back in a few minutes after the next teacher, and then we'll continue.
Thanks, Richard. I'm Carly, and now we're going to practice a review of the last class that we studied, all right? We're going to do a review. But before we start, I want to introduce my student, Mamin. How you doing, Mamin?
I'm doing well. Glad to be here.
Good. All right. If you're ready, we're going to do a review.
Okay.
We're going to talk about the verb to understand in the past. We're going to have understand in affirmative sentences. So, for example, did you understand me when I spoke yesterday? Did you understand me when I spoke yesterday, Mamin?
Yes, I understood you when you spoke yesterday.
Good. 2 in 1. 2 verbs in 1. Yes, I understood. Understood. To stand, stood. The same. Understood you when you spoke yesterday. Yes, I understood you when you spoke yesterday. Out loud at home. Always repeating after us. Understood. Good. Did you understand me 5 minutes ago?
Yes, I understood you 5 minutes ago.
Good. I believe her. Don't you believe her when she speaks? Yes, I understood you 5 minutes ago. I love it. Did you understand what I said in French? Did you understand what I said in French, Maman?
Yes, I understood when you spoke in French. I speak French, don't remember?
Yeah, exactly. When you spoke in French, or I understood what you said in French.
Okay.
Tell me, I understood what you said to practice.
I understood you what you said.
I understood what you said.
Yes. Okay. I understood what you said in French.
Perfect. I understood what you said, okay? I understood what you said in French is another option. I understood when you spoke French. I understood what you said in French. Good. Did you understand me on the telephone?
Yes, I understood you on the telephone.
Good. She has good listening comprehension because speaking on the telephone is difficult. Good, Maman. Did you understand the last song you listened to?
Yes, I understood the last song I listened to.
Good. I listened to. We say listen to in English always. Listen to something. Yes, I understood the last song I listened to. Think of the intonation when you're repeating, when you're practicing. Yes, I understood the last song I listened to. Yes, I understood the last song I listened to. Good. Now we're going to practice 4 verbs. To think. Spanish?
Pensar.
Good. To think. To feel.
Sentir.
Good. To put through.
Poner en contacto.
Good. Yeah, exactly. If I call and I say, can you put me through to your boss? And to understand, again, and then there, to understand. Good. So to put through is going to be the tricky one here. We're going to focus on it. We're going to use the expressions a few days ago, a few weeks ago, a few months ago, a few years ago. Okay. A few. How would you say a few in Spanish?
Hace un...
Good. Unos. Exactly. In English, we say a few when it's really natural. Yeah, a few years ago, a few months ago, a few weeks ago, etc. A few. Difficult to translate. It's not exactly translated, but it's really common in English. A few days ago. So we're going to focus on that. So, did you think of me a few days ago?
Yes, I thought on you. Of you a few days ago.
Good. Repeat.
Yes, I thought of you a few days ago.
Good. In English, we can do 2 things. We can think of, or we can think about when we want to say pensar en. Did you think of me or did you think about me? But never in. Only when I'm in a studio, right? I'm thinking in a studio. I'm thinking on the bus. But if I think about or think of, good. Did you understand French a few weeks ago? What about you? Did you understand French a few weeks ago? I didn't. And you?
Yes, I understood French a few weeks ago.
Look at her. Yeah, I didn't, but she did. Good. Yeah, I understood French a few weeks ago. A few weeks ago is the key phrase here. Good. Did you put me through to your boss a few years ago?
Yes, you put me through to your boss.
Did you put me through?
Yes, I put you through to my boss a few weeks ago.
A few years ago.
Years ago.
Good. One more time.
Yes, you put me through to... I put you through to your boss, to my boss,
Good.
A few years ago.
Good. One more time.
Yes, I put you through to my boss a few days, weeks.
Years. Good. Yes, I put you through to my boss a few years ago. It's really long. The idea is I call. Maybe you're the secretary, maybe you're a worker, and you say, I'll put you through to my boss. I'll pass you. We don't say pass, we say put through. Very good. All right. Did you feel happy a few weeks ago?
Yes, I felt happy a few weeks ago.
Good. Feel, felt. Good pronunciation. Yes, I felt happy a few weeks ago. Good. Did you understand Shakespeare a few months ago?
Yes, I understood Shakespeare a few months ago.
Very good. Yes, I understood Shakespeare a few months ago. Of course, everyone does. Very good. Did you understand Don Quixote a few years ago? I didn't. And you?
I did.
Of course.
Yes, I understood Don Quixote a few years ago.
Very good. Okay, and last one. Did you think a lot a few days ago?
Yes, I thought a lot a few days ago.
She was thinking about Shakespeare. So I think a lot. You can think about something, you can think of something, but if you think about it A lot? Say that. Yes, I thought about it a lot. I thought about Shakespeare a lot a few days ago. A few days ago is really, really natural in English, and we should practice it out loud. Say it out loud and it becomes comfortable. All right, continue with Richard. We'll see you later.
Okay, there's a pen in my hand. There are several pencils in this pencil holder. Okay, there's a camera on my right, and there's a camera on my left, and there's a camera in front of me. I'm surrounded by lights and cameras, but there's only one camera I'm interested in now. That's the camera on my right. So let's change to camera number 1. Okay, there's a pen in my hand. There was a pen in my hand when I was talking to you on camera number 2. Okay, there's a cup on the table. Yes, my cup. There was a cup on the table yesterday too. There's a circus, un circo, in Madrid now. And there was a circus in Madrid last year. There's a war in the Middle East. Hay una guerra en Oriente Medio. There is a war in the Middle East. And there was a war in the Middle East last year. There was a war in the Middle East the year before last. There has been a war for many, many years there now. There are 50 states in the United States of America. There are 50 states, okay? 60 years ago, there were, 60 years ago, there were 48 states only. 60 years ago, there were 48 states because Hawaii and Alaska, or al revés, Alaska and Hawaii became states respectively in 1959, 50 years ago, and in 1960. Alaska became a state exactly 50 years ago, and Hawaii became a state of the United States 49 years ago. So 60 years ago, there were, hubo, o había, no sé cuál decir, there were 48 states in the United States. So 60 years ago, there were 48 stars on the American flag. Flag? What does flag mean? What does flag mean? How do you say flag in Spanish? How do you say flag in Spanish? Bandera. Ah, flag. How do you spell it? How do you spell it? F-L-A-G. Flag. Oh, it's a very simple word. Well, yeah, flag. All right. So, 60 years ago, there were 48 stars on the American flag. Now, there are 50 stars on the American flag. Now, 100 years ago, there were 47 stars on the American flag. Wow, 47, okay? Yes, because Arizona didn't become a state until 1912, okay? So Arizona became a state 97 years ago, okay? So 100 years ago, there were only 47 stars on the American flag, okay? And 105 years ago, there were only 46 stars, because in 1907, 102 years ago, Oklahoma became the 47th state of the United States. So 105 years ago, there were 46 stars on the American flag. There are. Hay, en español, usáis hay. Hay un elefante debajo de la mesa. Hay dos elefantes debajo de la mesa. There's one elephant, or there's an elephant under the table. There are 2 elephants. Pluralizamos con hay. En español no. Hubo 2 elefantes aquí ayer. There were 2 elephants here yesterday. Hubo un solo elefante. There was only one. There was, there were. There is, there are. There was, there were. Los levantinos muchas veces dicen habían o han habido, y entonces es incorrecto en castellano, pero se dice mucho en Levante y en Baleares, han habido varios problemas. Okay, but that's not correct. Ha habido. But en español, en inglés, perdona, es correcto. Pluralizamos. There is a problem. There are several problems. There was a problem yesterday. There were several problems yesterday. Pronunciación. There were. Rima con quemar. Burn. Were. Hubo varias quemaduras. There were several burns. Okay? There were. Question, were there? Was there? Was there a fire in this studio yesterday? No, there wasn't. Were there any explosions, plural, in this studio yesterday? No, there weren't. No, there weren't. Were there any rats in this studio when you came here this morning, Richard? No, I don't think so. There weren't any rats. Cuando decimos un plural, solemos meter any. There weren't any problems in my business yesterday. There weren't any rats in this room earlier this morning. There weren't any planes in the sky when I came. There weren't any traffic problems when I came here an hour ago. There weren't any people in this room when I got here. There weren't any people. When I got here about 55 or 60 minutes ago, well, a little more, about an hour and a quarter ago, there weren't any people in this room when I got here. I was thinking, where is everybody? Okay? And when I went up to the makeup room, there weren't any people there either. There weren't any people. There weren't. Por enésima vez os digo que no estoy diciendo weren't. Estoy diciendo el concepto, pero estoy pronunciándolo bien. Weren't. Una sola sílaba. Weren't. There weren't any people in the makeup room, and there weren't any people in the studio, because everybody was coming back from lunch. There weren't any people here. There was a security guard, but there weren't any people. This place was empty. There was a cup, and there were a lot of pencils, but there weren't any people when I got here. Okay? And now there are 3 cameras in this room, and yesterday there were 3 cameras too. Now, were there any problems yesterday in your job? Were there any opportunities yesterday in your job? Was there a big problem yesterday in your company? Were there a lot of small problems, etc.? There is, there are. There was, there were. There isn't, there aren't. There wasn't, there weren't. Is there? Are there? Was there? Were there? Okay? So, remember this and practice it. And remember, aren't, weren't. No aren't ni weren't. Okay, our sponsors have a few words, and I'll be back. Okay, we're back. By the way, I have a question. During the break, were there any commercials about cornflakes? No? Were there any commercials? Commercials son spots publicitarios de televisión. Were there any commercials about cars? No? Were there any commercials about English courses? No, there weren't. Were there any commercials about cosmetics? No. Were there any commercials about banks? Ah, there was one. There was one commercial about banks. Were there any commercials about mineral water? No, there weren't. Were there any commercials about cigarettes? No, there weren't. Were there any commercials? Yes, there were quite a few, bastantes. Well, were there any commercials about shampoo? Ah, there was a commercial about shampoo. We'll come back in a few minutes, and we'll continue with there was, there were. Okay, after the next teacher.
Hello everyone, thank you Richard. I'm your teacher, Natasha, as you might know, and today I'm here with another student who you might know as well, and it's Mamin. How are you, Mamin?
Fine, thank you, Natasha.
How's everything going?
It's going very well.
Yes? How's
Yes.
your English going?
I think it's improving.
Yeah, it's getting better and better. What
yes,
is that?
it's true.
It's getting better and better.
Yes, it's getting better and better. Está cada día mejor.
Very good, very good. She knows everything now.
I learned it here.
You learned it here with
Yes.
us. Oh, very good.
Yes.
Okay, very good. So you can use it now.
Yes.
So how's your English then?
My English is better and better.
It's getting better. Or getting. Yeah, go again.
My English is getting better and better.
Either way, is better and better, is getting better and better, is becoming better and better. Doesn't matter. The fact is, her English is very good. Okay, today we're going to review what Richard just explained to you, okay? And we're going to review then there was or there were, okay? Hubo, okay, in English, okay? We already learned there is and there are, and today we're going to practice this in the past, okay? Very, very important, okay? The pronunciation of there. You have to move your vocal cords, okay? There was or there were, okay? Very, very important. Put your hands here and make sure your vocal cords are moving, okay? There, okay? Yes, are you ready? I'm going to say a sentence in the present, and you, and Mamin as well, have to put it into the past. Remember to say everything out loud, en voz alta, okay? It's the only way to improve. And make sure you say it because I'm listening. I can hear you, okay? All right, are you ready, Mamin?
I'm ready.
Okay, first sentence. There's a helicopter on the roof.
There was a helicopter on the roof.
Very good. So I say, there's a helicopter on the roof. And you and Mamin have to say, there was a helicopter on the roof. Very important. In the affirmative sentence, I said, there's a helicopter in the roof. But in the past, with there was and there were, we can't contract, okay? No podemos contraer el verbo con there, okay? In the present, with the verb to be is, we can, but in the past, we can't, okay? So next question for you at home, okay? Or next sentence, okay? There are 2 policemen in the car park. Very good. There were 2 policemen in the car park yesterday, for example. Okay, very good. Next one from Mamin. There's a problem we need to deal with.
There was a problem we need to deal with.
Or we needed.
We
Since
needed.
we're speaking in the
Yes,
past,
true.
let's put everything in
Yes,
the past.
it's true.
Next one.
There wa-
Sorry, repeat. Next one, no.
There was a problem we needed to deal with.
Very good. One more time.
There was a problem we didn't.
Don't worry.
There was a problem we needed to deal with.
Very good. Okay, remember, need finishes with a D sound. So we need to add, tenemos que añadir, we have to add an extra problem, no, an extra syllable. Okay, next one. For you at home, okay? There are many people at the beach today. Very good. There were many people at the beach yesterday, okay? There. Remember to pronounce this like with moving your vocal cords. There were many people at the beach yesterday. Very good. Okay, the next one is from Mamin. There are 2 dishes to choose from.
Dishes.
Dishes. What are dishes?
Platos.
Platos. Yeah, exactly. Primer plato, segundo plato, and so on.
To look for.
To choose from.
Yes.
So imagine you're at a wedding. At a
Yeah.
wedding, what do you usually get? Chicken or you get chicken or meat or fish, right?
Yeah.
You get 2 things to choose from. So there are 2 dishes to choose from.
There were 2 dishes to choose from.
Right. Yeah.
To choose from.
One more time.
There were 2 dishes to choose from.
It's a bit of a tongue twister because you have the dishes to choose from,
Yes.
but very, very good, okay? Next one for you at home. There's a spider in the sink. Very good. There was a spider in the sink. Very good, okay? Next one from Mamin. There's someone at the door.
There was someone on the door.
There was someone at the door. Very good, okay? Remember the pronunciation. I don't know what's wrong with me today. The preposition that we use, que hay alguien a la puerta, llamando a la puerta, we say there's someone at the door, okay? That means that they're actually at the door, probably knocking, okay? So I'll ask Mamin again. There's someone at the door?
But there was someone at the door, or there were? It's singular. It's
Yeah, there
singular.
was someone,
Yes,
because
yeah,
someone
yeah,
is
it's true,
singular.
it's
Yeah?
true. There was someone at the door.
Very good, okay? And in the plural?
There was someone at the door.
There were people
Some people at the door.
at the door. So say it again.
There were people at the door.
Very good. And llamando a la puerta, how do you say it?
Knocking.
Knocking. And knocking at the door, for
Yeah.
example. Okay, very good. Okay, the next one. There are many emails in your inbox.
There were many emails in my
Inbox.
e-box.
No, in your inbox. You don't have to say
Inbox.
email again.
Okay.
Just inbox.
Inbox.
What is inbox? Bandeja
En la
de
bandeja de
entrada.
entrada.
Okay? Inbox. And all together, okay? Not inbox, but inbox, okay? Let's see if you can say it again.
There were many emails in my inbox.
Very good, very good. The next one. There's a swimming pool in the garden for you at home. There's a swimming pool in the garden. Very good. There was a swimming pool in the garden. Remember, you can't contract. In the present, I'm saying there's, but in the past, you have to say there was a swimming pool in the garden. Very good. Okay, next one. There are some ants in the kitchen. Mamen.
Ants.
Ants.
There were ants.
Or there were some, yeah?
Some. There were some ants in the kitchen.
What are ants?
Hormigas.
Y tía?
Ant.
Aunt.
Ant.
Very good. No estamos diciendo que había algunas tías en la cocina, estamos diciendo que había algunas hormigas, okay? Ants, not ants, okay? Very important, okay? There are some ants in the kitchen, or there were some ants in the kitchen. Very good. Next one from Mamen as well, okay? Yeah. There are some people in that shop.
There were some people at that shop.
In that
shop.
Okay, go again.
There were some people at that shop.
In.
Oh,
Don't worry. Don't worry, she's very dramatic. She said, no. In.
There were some people in that shop.
Yeah.
Shop.
In that shop. For shops, we usually use in. So there's someone in the butchers or in the hairdressers or in the supermarket, okay? Because it's a small space. Usually at is more for the area, okay? All right, the next one. For you at home, there are 4 windows in my office. Very good. There were 4 windows in my office. Very good. You're getting everything right today, okay? The next one from Mamen. There's some ice in that drink.
There were some ice.
There?
There were.
There was.
Oh, there was. It's
Because
true.
ice cubes, yes,
it's
there were some
uncountable.
ice cubes, but
Yeah.
ice is uncountable.
It's true. There was some ice in the cube.
In the drink.
In the drink.
So go again.
There was some ice in the drink.
There was some ice in the drink and ice cubes.
Ice cubes.
So say it again with ice cubes.
Yes, there were some ice cubes in
There were? You said
There were.
Yeah, okay.
some ice cubes in the drink.
Okay, very good. Okay. As you saw, just remember this, okay? Ice, okay, in Spanish you can put it into the plural, hielos, okay? Because in general in Spanish it's very easy to make things plural, but in English you can't, okay? So there is or there was some ice in the drink, okay, because that's uncountable. If you want to make it countable, you have to say ice cubes. Yes. And in this case you can put it in the plural. There are or there were some ice cubes. Okay, thank you very much, Mamen. And for you at home, keep on studying because you're doing very well. And I'll see you in the next class. Bye.
Okay, let's continue. Okay, is there a problem? Is there a problem? Are there any problems? Is there a problem? Are there any problems? With the teacher before, was there a problem? Was there a problem? ¿Algún problema? Was there a problem? Were there any problems? No? Everything was okay? Fine. Okay, well then let's change to camera number 1. Okay. During the break, I had to make a telephone call. Well, during the break for me, because it wasn't a break for you. You were with the other teacher. But when you were with the other teacher, I made a few telephone calls. And I have a few problems. Yeah, there was a problem with my car today. My car's in the shop. My car's in the garage. Dos formas de decir el taller. Garaje, que es el garaje mecánico, o taller mecánico, shop. Shop, además de tienda, también significa taller. Workshop, taller mecánico. Yes, a repair shop. Yeah. And there are a few problems with my car. Last week there weren't any problems with my car, but this week there are several problems. Last week there weren't any problems, but this week there are some problems. Okay? And with my health, I went to the doctor this morning, and the doctor diagnosed some problems. 1 month ago, I went to the doctor and there weren't any problems. Last month, I went to the doctor. He took my blood pressure. He gave me a blood analysis. And he checked my heart. He checked my eyes, my ears, my throat. And he said, "You're in perfect health, Mr. Vaughan. Congratulations." I said, "Fantastic." And I left. But then early this morning, I went to the doctor and he found some problems. So there weren't any problems. There weren't any problems with my health last month. But apparently, al parecer, por lo visto, but apparently, there are some problems with my health now. So I hope I can continue with this program, okay? Second thing, never believe what I say on the air. Sometimes I have some problems with radio listeners or television viewers because they believe what I say. Never trust an English teacher, especially me, because on television or on the radio or in class, we often don't tell the truth because we need to say many things in order to keep the language flowing. So we use tricks. And one of the tricks is simply not to tell the truth, to make up stories. Yes, to make up stories. To make up is inventar historias, to make up stories. As far as I know, que yo sepa, as far as I know, my health is fine. Yes, on television, no. On television, it's difficult. My health isn't fine because I always have problems with my neck, las cervicales. And it's difficult on television for me to concentrate and to keep the right posture. I'm looking for a position that's not painful, okay? But in any case, so there are a few problems with my health. 50 years ago, there weren't any problems with my health, okay? But now I'm starting to get old and infirm, okay? And so I'm starting to suffer the typical achaques, okay? The typical problems of old people, all right? But I'm still enjoying life. So there aren't any problems, okay? Now, in my business, there are a few problems. And yesterday there were a few problems. Last week, there were a few problems. Last month, last year, last decade, there were a few problems every day. It's strange. Problems exist. And it's strange that God made this world for problems to exist, okay? I have never known a day without some problem. Now, are there any problems now in this studio? It's a little hot in this studio. It's a little bright in the studio. But really, there aren't any problems. And yesterday here, there weren't any problems. Were there any problems in your job yesterday? Were there any problems in your house yesterday? Were there any problems with your family yesterday? Were there any explosions in your office yesterday? Was there a fire in your in your company yesterday? Was there a fire in your kitchen yesterday? Was there a fire in your kitchen last year? Was there a plumbing problem? Plumbing is fontaneria. Was there a plumbing problem in your house last month? Was there an air conditioning problem in your house last month? Okay. Were there any insects in your house on the floor last week? Was there an electric problem? Was there a short circuit? Short is corto, circuit is circuito. Fijaos en la pronunciación, circuit. Se escribe circuit, pero no digáis circuit, sobre todo los ingenieros. Circuit, porque nadie os va a entender. Sir, yes sir. Are you ready to start? Yes sir, sir. Circuit, kit, con kit, kit. Circuit, circuit, short circuit. Was there a short circuit in your house last week? Were there any peanuts, cacahuetes, in your kitchen last week? Were there any bananas in your kitchen yesterday? Were there any oranges in your refrigerator yesterday? Were there? Was there a? Were there any? Was there a? Were there any? Was there a dog in your house yesterday? Were there any cats in your house yesterday? Okay. There was, there were. Okay. There were 2 world wars in the 20th century. And there was 1 world war in the 19th century. More or less the equivalent. The Napoleonic Wars were not called a world war. But from the point of view of the definition of the First and Second World War, practically the Napoleonic Wars in the first 15 years of the 19th century could be considered a world war. Were there any world wars in the 18th century? Perhaps the War of the Spanish Succession, when Spain lost Gibraltar, could be considered a world war. So there was a world war in the 18th century. Were there any world wars in the 17th century? Whew. The 17th century was full of wars between Russia, Sweden, Prussia, England, France, Holland, Spain. My God, the 17th century was a century of wars. Well, let's talk about other things more pleasant, okay? But after the break. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Richard. Muchas gracias, Richard. Hello, soy Hannah. I'm here again with all of you, todos vosotros en casa, to practice and repeat what Richard has just taught you. So we're going to begin with some vocabulary, but before we do, let's say hello to my student and my friend, Jermaine. Hello, Jermaine.
Hello, Hannah.
How are you? Oh.
I'm fine. How are you?
Fine, good, great. We wanted to say how are you at the same time, al mismo tiempo. So me first. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Okay, bien.
Okay.
Okay, we're going to start with some vocabulary. Empezamos con vocabulario. Ready?
Yes, ready.
Okay, here we go. Fijar, establecer.
To set.
Muy bien, repeat.
To set.
Perfect. To set. To set. Muy bien. Siguiente. Tenemos confiar o fiarse de, confiar en. Confiar en, fiarse de.
To trust.
Muy bien, good, repeat.
To trust.
Muy bien, muy buena pronunciación. To trust. La TR ahí sounds like como si fuera una CH. CHR. Trust. Y también esa U suena como si fuera una A, casi. Trust. Trust. Repeat.
Trust.
Muy bien, trust. Perfecto. Siguiente. Como costumbre.
As usual.
Good, very good. As usual, as usual. Aquí la pronunciación, usual. You, como cuando decimos tú, you empieza con ese sonido. You, usual. Muy bien. Ok, siguiente tenemos banquero.
Banker.
Repeat, good.
Banker.
Banker. Again.
Banker.
Good. Banker. Banker. Es muy parecido del español y inglés. Banker, banquero. Banker, banquero. Muy bien. And finally we have abarrotado. O como dicen aquí los españoles, solo así. Right? Ni palabras ni nada, solo hacen así. Uy, el sitio estaba... right? But we say abarrotado. How do we say that?
Crowded.
Perfect. Muy bien. Again.
Crowded.
Bien. Crowded. 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 Ese O suena como ow. Crowded. Crowded. Repeat.
Crowded.
Perfect. Muy bien. Okay, remember to say these vocabulary words out loud en voz alta y también con buena pronunciación, que es muy importante. Okay, next we have practicing con there isn't y ahora there wasn't. Dame el pasado. Okay, no había, no había. Here we go. There isn't any money in my account.
There wasn't any money in my account either.
Good. Repeat again.
There wasn't any money in my account either.
Okay, repeat. Money.
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 Okay.
Yes, money. Remember, money, money, money. Funny money. Richard siempre dice funny money, funny money. Repeat.
Money.
So there wasn't.
There wasn't any money in my account either.
Muy bien. There wasn't any money in my account either. Muy bien. There isn't any water in my glass. There isn't any water in my glass.
There wasn't any water in my glass either.
Very good. There wasn't any water in my glass either. Good. Okay, there isn't any ink in my pen.
There wasn't any ink in my pen either.
Good. There wasn't any ink in my pen either. So we're using que any ink because it's incontable. Any ink, any water, así. So there isn't any wine in my bottle. There isn't any wine in my bottle.
There wasn't any wine in my bottle either.
Muy bien. There wasn't any wine in my bottle either. Muy bien. Now we're going to look at plural.
Okay.
Okay, a ver. There aren't any flies in my bedroom.
There weren't.
Repeat.
There weren't. Oh, there weren't.
Yes.
There weren't any flies
Flies
in my room.
in my
either.
bedroom.
In my bedroom either.
Okay, repeat all together. Toda la frase.
Okay. There wasn't.
There
weren't any flies in my bedroom either.
Okay, very good. So let me repeat. There weren't. Remember, weren't tiene una o dos sílabas. Una, dos. Jermaine? Una, dos.
Una.
Muy bien. Okay, good. So one syllable. Weren't. Weren't. No me digáis weren't ni weren't. No, weren't. Aplastamos esa extra sílaba, la E que queda ahí. Aplastamos. Weren't. Weren't. Sola una. So there weren't any flies in my bedroom either. Muy bien.
Okay.
So there aren't any children in my car.
There weren't any children in my car either.
Good. There weren't any children in my car either. Muy bien. Okay, there aren't any dogs in my house.
There weren't any dogs in my house either.
Very good. There weren't any dogs in my house either. Good. Okay, there aren't any people in my office.
There weren't any people in my office either.
Muy bien. Remember aquí por qué usamos there aren't y después there weren't para people. Because people siempre es plural in English. Okay, so remember that's very, very important. People, claro, la gente en español es singular, pero cuidado, people in English is always plural, siempre plural. We have one person, una persona. Dos y más, we say two people. Two people. So there aren't, por eso usamos el plural. There aren't any people in my house. So there aren't any people in my house. There.
There weren't. There weren't.
Okay, good. There weren't
any people in my house either.
Muy bien. There weren't any people in my house either. So usa la forma del plural con people. Muy importante. Okay. There aren't any letters in my mailbox.
There weren't any letters in my mailbox either.
Very good. There weren't any letters in my mailbox either. And what does either mean? ¿Qué significa either?
Tampoco.
Muy bien, tampoco. So no había cartas en mi buzón tampoco. Either. So there weren't any letters in my mailbox either. Muy bien. Okay, good. There isn't any water in my glass.
There weren't.
There isn't.
There wasn't.
Good.
There
Okay,
wasn't any
bien.
water in my glass either.
Good. So singular, singular. There isn't any water in my glass. Después, there wasn't any water in my glass. There weren't any children in my class.
There weren't.
Te he dado el pasado, perdón.
Sí.
Ya le he dado la respuesta. So I said there aren't any children in my class, and Jermaine should say there weren't any children in my class either. Okay, esa la última ya te he dado yo. Okay.
Bye.
Bien. So practice at home y os paso con Richard. Bye.
Okay, one more class. There was, there were. There is, there are. These things are simple. They are simple, yes. To understand conceptually, theoretically, there is, there are, some and any, there was, there were, is very easy conceptually. To reproduce these things in the right time, in the right place, with the correct aplomb and control and agility is very, very difficult. So don't get angry with us if we are repeating things that for you seem easy. They're not easy, because if you come in front of me, you will not be able to reproduce these things with agility yet. That's why you're an intermediate now. Okay, I'll see you tomorrow, and we have a lot of work to do. Okay, thank you.